Hey, it's Sagar. Good to see you here. I'll be unboxing and setting up the Roland TD-02K electronic drum kit today. This is not a sponsored video, it's just a drummer POV or an experience as a drummer that I'm sharing with you, since some of you might want to buy it and are looking for genuine reviews or genuine feedback. You must have seen me play the acoustic kit previously. I have had this acoustic kit for the past 20 years now, and it's exceptional. Previously, I've also used an Alesis DM6, an Alesis Mesh Surge, and an Alesis Nitro. This time I thought of going for the Roland TD-02. I was actually going to go for the TD-07, but given my primary requirement was taking the kit to gigs with small spaces or small venues or places which have sound constraints, I thought a portable and a small kit would be good enough for me. I, by the way, also have the SPD30 Octapad, which I don't have here right now, but I'll show it to you later. Nevertheless, in this video, I'll also be giving you an idea of the raw sound by connecting it to one of the amps here and recording the audio using my phone. I'll also make another take in which I'll connect it to my DAW in Logic Pro, and I'll give you an idea of that. So I got a message 5 minutes ago that the shipment is on the way, so I quickly moved my acoustic kit aside and I'm going to set it up here. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, the kit is here and I'm getting it inside. Ta-da! It's here. So now let's unbox it. As you can see, I've bought it from Bajaj. I'm going to be really careful with this. Well, so this is it. This is the usual leaflet you get with every Bajaj purchase, and that's the bill. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it here, unbox it here and set it up here. Okay, first let's check if the box is okay. Let's quickly scan the box. So this is how it comes. What do we have here? The TD-02K, and it has all the shipment details. This one comes from Kolkata, from Bhawanipur, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think the box is okay, doesn't appear damaged. It's a little compressed here, and I think Indian courier services often do that. Alright, let's get into it. Alrighty. Oh, did you see that? That came dislocated. The same kit was bought by one of my students, and the module was extremely intact. But do you see this? Yeah, it had come out of the box. It should be covered, right? This had come out. There appear to be minor scratches here. Yeah, there are scratches on this. They're not scratches per se, but it hasn't been packed properly. That's evident. That's the manual that came with it. Yeah, these look good. The reason I could spot this immediately is because I have done an unboxing of a TD2 previously, and it was literally in mint condition. And although this appears to be new, it doesn't have that mint feel. You get what I'm saying? Alright, it must be checked and all. So yeah, TD-02K. This is new. Here we have the snake cable. I'm just going to pull everything and keep it outside first. This is the universal. No, this is the mount. Okay, and here we have the pads, beautiful Roland rubber pads. Usually drummers prefer the mesh. I have used the mesh. I have used TD1. I have used TD-07. I've also used a laces. Given that, I play the acoustic drums, the mesh really doesn't come quite handy. Now we have this frame. This is okay. This is correct. The two mounts, one for the snare, one for the float arm. Then we have these rods. Okay. The big rod, quite heavy. And the other two support rods. And then we have the cable ties, the mounts. Alright, so there we have it. I've put everything over there. I'm going to put the boxes outside and I'm going to set it up. Alright then, one by one, everything out of the plastic. Let's get at it. First the manual. The warranty card. This is the setup instructions. This is the please read. This is the mount. Yes, all of this does look brand new, no doubt about it. This is certainly the similar one that I had got in one of my students' kits. And this is also pretty much the same. Alright, good enough. Looks unused. Looks new. Alright, they have pads, they have codes on them. 1, 2. Now I'm assuming this is how it comes directly from the factory only. That's the only assumption you can have about it. 3. Cymbals. Yes, and these come with the choke, so this is something that LSS beginner series don't have. One thing that this doesn't have is the rim, snare rim. Looks good, rubber, feels nice, feels new. The rest of it looks good. Alright, moving to the pedals. These appear very well packed. Slightly dusty. I really don't know why that does that. Alright, and here we have the this is the foot drive, which means this is the hi-hat pedal and FD and KT kick trigger. Oh, we forgot this one, the fourth one. And yes, all of these do have serial numbers, so I don't doubt the genuinity. It's just that it's supposed to look like clean and shiny and polished. It does, but then there are some spots on this. Okay, next we have the cable here, the snake cable. Alright, this has come in bubble wrap, so okay. Good enough. Okay, so that was about the pads and the module. We're going to keep it aside and open up the stands now. Here we have the mount, I think. Do you have two mounts? Okay, there's a cymbal mount. This is for the cymbals, and this must be for the cables. Yes, and here we have the original Roland drum key. This is also a good thing to have. I was really worried if we get this or not. These are the cable tie mounts. I'm gonna open these guys now. And yes, these are always packed like this, so it's kind of a little challenge to open these. Alright, looks new. Looks new. Time for these. These are also well packed. Original packing. I've seen it before. These are the side mounts. Great. Yes. Oh, that's a nice tone, right? A very nice tone. This is for the hi-hat. Yes, the packing is good. This stuff is really good. Always like that about Roland. Good grips, good bushes. Cymbal mounts. These are also pretty neat. Yeah, they don't come with the for the hi-hat. I'm sorry, the locks. These don't come with the locks. Yeah, this is your main module on, no, the rod on which these things are going to be mounted. The last piece. Okay, nice and clean. I really like clean stuff. Everything is good except the module having a few scratches. That was a real turn off, and it was not packed properly. That was another turn off. Alright, so here we have it, the entire thing, like you can see. Okay, so we have it all unboxed and unpacked, and right here we have the setup instructions, and we're going to set it up according to this now. What I'm going to first do is arrange each of them according to the parts. We have part numbers given here, right here. So I'm going to arrange all the parts according to it. So let's get right into it. So let's get the pads in one area first. So according to this one, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Then we have 7, 8. These two are 8. This guy is 9. These guys are 10. And the cable ties are 11. Cable clip. Okay. We have it here. And now we are going to try to set it up. This goes here. So let's start. Well, I already have a drum key, so we're just going to use the drum key I have, because you must be knowing the standard keys. I have a Pearl key, I have a Mapex key, this is a Mapex key. We're going to fasten this later. Yeah. Left, yeah. The bottom goes to the left. Right. We're going to fasten all of this later. Wow, it's the same height. Cool. Perfect. And we're going to have, oh, okay, not bad. Here we go. On the inside. Oh, just to tell you, this I have a rubber mat below this, which is why it might feel a little unstable, but it isn't. Alright, that's the basic frame. What do you think about it? Pretty compact, eh? Alright, we're going to fasten the frame now. This goes vertical. Okay, this is cool. Okay, this is pretty easy. Then we do the next L. It's supposed to go like this for some reason. Must be for extra play with the tom. For adjusting, this is where we adjust. 5.3. Okay, we're done with 5 of 3. So, like I previously mentioned, we get common pads with this. We don't really have a rim. All of them are the same. So these have the standard drum nut right behind, and the output also. This part directly goes in. And you can see they have been given proper flushes here, so that the design is good, absolutely. It's quite compact and portable. Yes, it is a little compressed, you can say, but then that's on purpose, I think. Anyway, electric kits in this range, especially if you're looking for something to gig around with, they're pretty much the same. And like I said, I have used a range of Alice's previously. Okay, and now for the snare and the toms. Now they've asked to do the cymbals, so we'll do that. And now, according to this, what we have to do is cymbal mounts right here. This is, like I said, this is just the elementary thing. I'll be adjusting this again as per my requirement. Might take 2 to 3 rounds of playing to come to a conclusion. Actually, we shall have to change this. We are going to switch. Now it makes sense. It's because we need this side up. Alright, time for the snare. And for the last tom, everything's set. Now we're going to plug in the cymbals. Cymbals are all the same, no difference. All of this is made in Malaysia, by the way. CY5. All are CY5. So yeah, doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna put it here. And comes the hi-hat. Right. Time to put in the hi-hat. And there you have it. That's pretty much the entire kit. Now remain the pedals, foot drive, FD, a kick trigger, and foot drive. Sorted. So that's the hardware. And now comes the snake cable. So let's do that. So this was a different mount and this is a different mount. I fixed it right here. I put it inside and here we have it. In case you need to see how I did that, you can ask me in the comments and I'll let you know. Good. I like this protection everywhere. Yeah, the only thing is even in the previous kit that I had seen, instead of this going like this, for some reason, unfortunately, it goes like this. So the entire load comes here. This is one thing about this kit though. It could be to easily take it off maybe. T1, T2, which means this is the toms. Crash 1 and ride. Alright. Tom 3. Snare. Hi-hats. And then we have the extra one that we won't need now. And yeah, the final one. Hi-hat control. And the kick. Ready to rock. Alright, here we have the kit set and ready to use. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of what is what. We have the sound module, which is the TD2. We have got an adapter with it, which is again the TD2 adapter. I've already connected it. What you get as pads is PD4. You have 4 of them. In cymbals, what you have is the CY5. You have 3 of them. And this one right there is the foot drive, which is the FD1. And that's the kick trigger, that is KT1. Okay, if you want to see it inside, this is how it looks inside. Yeah, so that's basically what you have inside. So it's basically haptics and it's really good, trust me. As a drummer who's been drumming for the past 15 to 20 years, it doesn't give you that actual attack really of the acoustic, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And this one's the KT. Sorry, this one's the FD, the foot drive. This is also pretty nice. We're going to try the kit now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, like I showed. If there's any particular part that you want me to zoom into or give further details about, I'd be happy to. Let me know in the comments. Also, this is how they look from beneath. This is how it fixes. Well, about the cables, like I said, I am yet to set it up according to my height. So yes, it's going to take time, but this is how it looks. It's pretty neat. The cables are a little small. The cymbal cables are a little small. So I was planning to mount my module on the other pillar, but let's see how that goes. That's it. That's how the cymbals look. That's how they mount. They have nice dents inside them so that the cymbals don't fall off. So that's nice. You have an extra crash 2 trigger that's been given to you. Yeah, that's how it looks from the bottom. Also, this is how the pedals look at the back. So yeah, you got good rubber grips here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 grips on this pedal, and yeah, 6 grips, rubber grips, good ones on this too. So very decent job over here. Okay, let's take a quick look at the module now. Pretty simple. You have a USB out here, that is the MIDI out, which can trigger your VSTs. This is a Bluetooth adapter if you want to connect one. I don't think I'm going to use it given my setup. And then you have a mix-in, which you can use for connecting your phone or any other device to play your songs in. And this is the headphones out. This doesn't have a line out directly. This has a headphones out, which means the signal is going to be slightly lower than the line signal. But what you can do is you can connect this to a DI box, and the DI box will then give you a left and right separation. For now, I'm going to test it using a single cable itself. I'm going to show you that as well. The module is off now, but it's pretty basic. You have the left right buttons, you have the navigation again plus minus buttons, you have the volume buttons, the metronome, and the menu. We are going to switch it on and see. Again, this is like a very elementary and basic video, unboxing and unpacking video. We are, as and when we go forward, I'm going to be showing you more details or as much as possible. Like I mentioned, the module has headphones out only, and these are a few essential connectors that I ordered off Amazon. None of this is sponsored. I looked for it and I found these good. I'm going to quickly show you how and why. This is a cable. I would suggest you keep this handy, especially given that my use is going to be in gigs. So there's a 9 feet long cable with headphone jack, which is the 3.5 mm jack at one end, and your 6.35 mm jack at the other end. I feel this is a really useful cable. I'm going to be using the same cable to record the samples now. So this is a blue rigger cable. Next thing we have is again the blue rigger connector. I'm not sure if I'll be using this, but again, a gigging musician needs to have everything ready. This is again a 3.5 mm male to 6.35 mm female. The next thing I have is this cable, because you never know what you would need where. So again, this is the same thing but with a cable. So yeah, anything anytime can come handy. So these three things. So the first thing we'll be doing is I'm going to be using this cable right here to give you a demo of how this connects. I'm going to connect this to a generic amp right there, because not all of you might have a studio or recording consoles or the professional setup. So I'm going to connect this here and I'm going to show it to you. And here we have it connected. Make sure you always loop your cable slightly. The module or the cable shouldn't be bearing any load or pressure. I've connected it here to a generic PM102 amp. That's a stranger amp. It's a pretty old one. I'm sure you can already hear the hiss. So it's connected to that. And this is again because I wanted to give you a real experience of how it would sound on generic amps. Next, we are going to try connecting it to the DAW using the line out. All right, first things first, the module, and I'm also here. Well, hello. So we are going to switch it on and we're going to take a look at it from the beginning. The display is crisp, but in this video, it's not really clear, but it is good, trust me. So that's the power button, that's the metronome button, that's the volume lower, volume increase. These are the navigation buttons. This is again the home button to switch to your home directly. We're going to see in the coming video if this has any other function as well. Then you have again the navigation buttons here, the exit menu and enter. In menu you have coach. The drum kit comes with a certain coaching exercises. We're going to check those later. Like I said, in this one we are going to first just check the basic things that are necessary along with the tones and everything. So you have coach, you have pad, and you have kit and everything. We are going to check this later. You have the pad, you have MIDI settings, you have system, you have the system settings and all of these settings that you would want. So we're going to dive into each of one carefully later. This one we are going to quickly check how the sounds are, how the entire thing is. So that's the version 1.01. So that's a quick introduction, and now let's dig into the sounds. All right, we are set up and ready. Let's dig right into the tones now. Like I mentioned, in this section, the focus and emphasis is going to be understanding the tones on a generic PA system, because you might be using this kit in schools or colleges or maybe at office on a generic system which might not be professional. You might not be using headphones always. So given that you'd be using this in a jam or on a typical PA system, I just wanted to show you how these sound. So I'm going to keep a very simple beat right here to demonstrate the tones, and in the next section we'll be checking out the detailed tones of this. So here we go. Home studio, that's the second patch. Third patch, big rock. Snare has been ringing. Okay. The fourth patch is the Rockstar patch. Fifth patch, classic rock. Sixth patch, Metal Beast. Funky, that's the seventh patch. Yes, it does that also. Funky Soul. That's the eighth patch. Next we have the ninth patch, which is the Jazz Lounge. Of course, we can adjust the pad sensitivity and everything. We're going to check it in the later section. This is the 10th patch, which is the Jazz Legend. Legend. Pop Club, that's the 11th patch. Pop Club. Then we have something called as Hyper Attack, that's the 12th patch. Tight snare. Yeah, very tight kind of thing. A peaky, very peaky sound. We have the 13th Stadium. House Party. house party. Then we have the 15th, which is electronic. Okay, and the last patch is the percussion patch, which is the 16th patch. It's like a mix of cajon and a bit of congas and bongos. Like so attack, on a lighter attack you have the cowbell. On the dynamic attack you have the tambourine. Alright, so those were the 16 patches. Let's now get into how they sound on the headphones or using a professional recording gear. Alright, this is the next section where we want to see how it's going to sound in your headphones or in your software. So I'm again using the same cable, and this time it's connected to my Audient ID14, connected to my Mac, and I have armed it in Logic for recording. So this would be an overview of how it would sound. This is an 80 to 90% overview of how it would sound in your headphones, because like I mentioned, this module would require a DI box for extra signal strength, which you will not really find here. You might end up finding a little noise, but the tone fidelity would be about 75 to 85% accurate. I would actually say it's 95%, but that would be overconfidence. So let's just stick to that, and that's how you can rely on the sound. So let's get right into it. All right, we are now connected to the DAW in Logic Pro using my MacBook, and this is how it's going to sound on the headphones or in DAW. You might be hearing a slight noise here, and that's because, like I mentioned, this is not a line signal, that's a headphone signal. You'd require a DI box, which I might get in the future. But for now, this is how the patches and tones sound. So let's check. The first patch is the acoustic jam patch. So home studio. Third, Big Rock. Rockstar. Classic rock. Oh wow, this is cool. Classic rock. Okay, almost there. Metal Beast. Yeah, it's slightly peaked there. It's okay. Seventh patch. Funky. Next is the eighth patch, which is Funk Soul. Next patch, the ninth patch, which is Jazz Lounge. Jazz Legend. Alright. 11th patch, Pop Club. Hyper Attack is going to peak. Very light attack. Stadium. House party. Fifteenth patch. Electronic. Yeah, it has that flanger synth. Alright, and the last patch, which is the 16th patch, the percussion patch. That was it. Alright, there we have it. This was an overview of the Roland TD-02K unboxing setup and how the tones sound using a generic amp or in your headphones or in your DAW. I'll certainly be playing it more, so we are going to be diving into the tones a bit further. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Also, given that the primary objective I had while buying this kit was carrying it to gigs, I should try to give you as many details and insights of this as much possible. Like I said, if you have any doubts, if you want me to dig into a certain topic, if you want me to show any particular part of the kit or any information, you can certainly let me know. You can put in the comments, you can reach out to me on Instagram. That's it. Have fun, keep drumming, and keep rocking.